Hi, welcome to Matu. My name's Marge. I'm Hail Empath, and I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Today I feel pretty good about stuff, I guess. It's one of those in-between days, man. Tomorrow's winter solstice, so the veil is uber thin, and when the veil gets thin like this, people get extra squirrely, man. They just get extra. Their radio tuning in is just all they're tuning into stations that they freaking don't need to be listening to, and dipping here and there, and freaking so, and they feel all kinds of scattered. So then they're doing their their self-medicating practices, and when they veil sin like this, man, less is three is like six, and people are extra sensitive, and they're freaking saying stuff and doing stuff because they're tuning in on weird stuff, on different freaking energy, because there's just so much scatter right now. So we just have been staying close to home. And close this window here quick. This was my first dog love when Facebook came out. Always loved animals. They've always been my friends more than I could always rely on them more than people, because people can cover up what they are. Their lack of vibration. Animals can't. So animals are good at reading people too, and I always rely on them for that. Anyway, this was Duncan. He passed away back in 2004. God, how long has it been now? I started working at 2012. That freaking threw me for a loop, you know. But I had just met Obi Dog online, and so it like hit me hard. I cried for 3 days when this dog died. It came unexpected, and now that I think about it, it was about November. If I went back and look at the configurations of the constellations, I probably would have seen it coming. But anyway, I get a feeling about things, and my heart latches on, and I love it, and I love it, and I love it even after it's gone. He's gone, and I still love him. This freaking hoodie is like a reminder. It has the energy of that whole time that I freaking followed his story, and how much he made me smile and stuff like that. People do that, are just like imprints. Or you come across people, they raise your vibration, or they freaking bring you down and remind you of everyone else that you meet like them has the potential to do the same thing. I understand we got to give people the benefit of the doubt, but my doubt is very, I don't know, I'm pretty selective. I think it's cool that people are becoming more selective of who they spend their time with and their energy with. And let's have a little talk about energy in this sense. Is we're on there's a grid around this whole earth, and there's pockets on this earth, land, related to, tied to energy fields, So, it's like different places, feel good, because your spirit recalls, feels like home, because your spirit has been there before, and if you looked at your ancestry and your lineage, you probably recognize that, On Mom's side, she was adopted. We didn't find out nothing about her genealogy until a couple years back, so it was I always wondered where I came from, I always knew I wasn't from around here, and I used to ask Mom when I was little if I was adopted, and she'd say, "No, I assure you are not." And which is funny, because people thought that my brother and I were twins, and we're 2.5 years apart. But anyway, so these different pockets of freaking energy. Here, I was going to show you a picture that I found recently. I don't like their format. I don't like when they tell me how to organize my photos. Oh, so this was taken when I was pretty young. Oh, forgot to turn down the brightness first. There we go. That was me in drag. I hated wearing dresses. But they always said, you gotta be a good sport, be a good sport, be a good sport. And I was so awkward and so uncomfortable, because I was just a little tomboy. I didn't like barrettes or anything. Even when a baby in a bassinet, I was pulling those things out of my hair. Ain't gonna make me look like no dumb doll. I'm not no dumb doll. Put me in a tree. It wasn't too much longer after that. I was climbing trees. 2-3 years old, climbing trees. Brother coming in from mom, sitting through the sermon at church. Brother coming in. Mom, Marge is in the tree. Well, tell your sister to get out of the tree. No, Mom, Marge is really up in the tree. Mom and other people came out, and that's the thing, is I'd go up in the tree, and I'd try and get as close to the stars as I could, and then I'd realize that there is a trek down, and that's the part that I found scary, is gravity. And I learned about gravity later when I fell 25 feet out of a tree. I was 15. I didn't break my ankle, but I landed on it at like a 45-degree angle like that. Tore every tendon in it. Anyway, so there's different little pockets of energy in these different towns, and I grew up in a town with a hard energy, right in California. Which is funny because it coincides with my latitude and longitude belief. I think that people line up latitude and longitudely with people that they're, in alignment with, and that's why I think when I go down to Florida and I talk to people in Florida or in the South, we're just not on the same vibe, man. We're just not on the same vibe. It's just a different programming. People are programmed different, what they see. And I always thought it was weird. As I was in IT, a browser is a browser is a browser. But, unless the company really locked everything down, people still saw a different home page. Everybody has a different home page. So everybody has a different experience in their life based on what they're seeing and the places they go and the people that they spend time with. And when their scope is really, really, really limited, and they've just all done the same thing over and over day in and had that Groundhog Day experience, they're going to come to the fact that you're freaking a spirit having a human experience. You're going to have it. To live on the earth, you're gonna have it. Whether it's a near-death experience, something scares the crap out of you, it doesn't matter. If something is gonna freaking freak you out to the point that it raises your vibration, because that's when your vibration raises. That's when your spirit goes up out of your body. And when people look down and go, "I saw myself," it's because your spirit does that. So whatever trauma you're experiencing, it can experience it, and then if it's not your time, your spirit will drop back into your body. But sometimes you bring things with you that you didn't have when you left. And that's when people start saying, wonder what got into them. They start, doing riskier behaviors and things like that. Because you get answers to something, so then people start putting themselves in a hard way to maybe get a glimpse of what's on the other side, when all you have to do is meditate. You get the same info. All you got to do is meditate, and you get tapped into all that stuff. Peace. Freaking, I just meditated with Joe Tracy for 52 minutes, and I was so blissed out. Plus, I made some candy cookies, some espresso and white chocolate chip ones. Man, I'm good at that. I am so good at that. I'm so good at that. I'm gonna make all kind of pastries with can of butter, man. I'm freaking mastered freaking baker. I've been doing it since I was 15, man. Just because some stupid school hasn't told me I am, don't mean that I know that I'm not. That's what people don't understand. I don't need people to tell me what I am. I already know. Hey, okay, hey, yeah. So, latitude 40, that's weird. Anyway, I'm not going to talk. Anyway, so so sometimes, the energy of a place, it's collection, some of all good and positive and negative things that have happened. So if mostly good things have happened into a place, then, the population is going to be mostly positive, But I live in freaking Salem, Oregon, and there's a lot of seedy, gross stuff, and there's a lot of dirty, nasty stuff that happens here, corrupt stuff that happens here. And so I'm picking up on the vibration of that, but the thing of it is it's coming into balance And it's freaking, and karma is coming, man. Karma. So when you live in the big city and you're sensitive like me, you're picking up on the fear of the freaking big fat rats that are scared and scurred. They're scurrying. They're scurrying like the rats that they are, you know? So, and that's the thing, these energetic sensitive, you guys gotta understand, you're not just feeling your stuff, you're feeling other people's stuff, and what are you doing to get that stuff off you? What are you doing to cleanse yourself in your energy field of other people's junk, other people's problems, other people's choices, other people's stuff? People choose gross things to make themselves feel better, and then they feel bad about the choices that they make. Focus on the people that are trying to make their lives better. I've been seeing these MSN. I'm gonna freaking end up on this. It's so funny. I channel. I don't even think about what I'm gonna say anymore. I just start talking, and then see where it goes. Cause I mean, I had an idea of what I was gonna say, and this talk went an entirely different direction. So they have these like, would you support fining or putting homeless people in jail for not having a place to live during inclement weathers? And like 67% was like, oh, absolutely. Dude, homeless people aren't homeless because they don't want to pay their bills. It's the freaking greedy freaking bureaucrats that bought up all the property with their hoggishness and set the prices so high that freaking people on incomes like $750, $800 a month, you know, they can't pay. They don't want to be homeless, they can't pay. So when people think about that, every election season's coming, every candidate for the Senate, every candidate for local government, every single one of them should have to do a mandatory freaking 4-day camp. 3 nights, 4 days amongst your homeless population, because every state has one. And you don't get to bring your puffy coat. Nope. No puffy coats allowed. Hoodies, layer up, meh. And then you get to hear the stories about how people really got there. And you get to live like them. 4 days, you know. You can go home, shower off, and wash off the whole experience. But at least you will know. Because you know what it's like to feel like to be at the top. It's time that you all get to feel like and experience what it feels like to be at the bottom. So maybe none of that top stuff will matter so much. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.